She was so homely. You're a beautiful woman. Oh, yeah. Homely girl, homely girl. Used to be lonely.
Hop into action this Easter with a loan from Chris and Charles. Borrow $575,000 or more with payments starting at just $12,595. Whether you're renovating, consolidating debt, or investing in your future, we've got you covered with fast processing, unbeatable rates, and exceptional service. Better hurry. Just like Easter buns, this offer won't last. Call 876-926-0609 or visit chrisandcharles.com today. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Sharing the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Do you need a copy of your property title? Visit eLand Jamaica to get quick access to land-related information anytime, anywhere in the world. You can also access our free integrated map from the comfort of your home or office without having to visit us. All you need is internet access and your credit card to access eLand Jamaica at nla.gov.jm or call the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 for more information. eLand Jamaica, your guide to Jamaica's land information anywhere, anytime.
Singers, songwriters, producers, this is your chance to write your name into Jamaica's rich music history and also win $3 million cash in the JCDC Festival Song Competition.
This is the land of my birth.
And it's now so easy to enter because what? We gone digital. It's all online. Just log on to jcdc.gov.jm. Fill in the form online and upload your entry. Closing date has been extended to March 31. Enter now.
Anywhere I go, I am a Jamaican.
Jamaica, our young people are world leaders, innovators, and game changers. They are creative, intelligent, bold, and they are champions. My youths, you have the power to transform Jamaica. Our country needs your ideas, your opinions, your solutions, and your support. Full time now, we kick out crime and violence, rape culture, unemployment, and all of the other problems in Jamaica land we love. I'm Empress Scolding, encouraging all young people to come make we talk up. Pon Talk Up Radio. Go on with it, youths. Talk up youth. Myself a talk up youth.
So we come to know these youths and show these youths. Talk up yourself, the youths to know them roots. Nurture them, protect and love and hear these youths. Use to make them know I love we show these youths.
Let's save the youth, not kill the youth. A bill we come to build the youth. Stop trick and fool and kill the youth. A bill we come to build the youth. Empower and then skill the youth. A bill we come to build the youth. Youth in action, Jamaica, we are
Build the youths there.
Talk youth in Jamaica.
Education is the key for betterment in this modern time, Education is the key for betterment. Never you waste your time, don't you waste your time. Bless and love. This is Warrior King. It's all about talk up youth, you know. Cause the youth them are the future. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Keep in tune, don't move it. Dial! Rastafari. Making music rocking the nation. Good vibration.
In life, like royalty. Hey. If I make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to set it in a right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to set it in a right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. Me used to sleep on Stagger Couch. Me used to sleep on Corey Couch. Them and they never left me out. Me used to live at Eddie House. Me never keep me own a key. She keep my used to let me out. Me bring him with me go LA. It's like a him get nominated. Watch the Grammy side of me. Cause how much people can you say would feed you when you're hungry, when you brought them bless you with money. But I have been so fortunate, surrounded by so many people, make sure say me compensating. And them the thing me can't forget. Your daughter and my daughter wants me living, she no happy fret. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. have to set the thing right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to set the thing right, like royalty, royalty. Hey.
Man, I set it like 3 card. Remember when me get me first under a card? Cartel say clocks up than it did record. Shell the world me first, it record. God me blessed them reaping the reward. Make me first meal, I remember when me used to starve. Pull up a Irish town Benz in a garage. Pops color protege, them cannot sabotage. Like a iPhone 11 summer charge. Buff my shine from the sarge. Right now them so price oh man I live. So me gain the blessing you are so me give.
Hey, if I make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to set the thing right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like, hey, I me say so me have to set the thing right. Never ever have to think twice, no way. Mommy put her money where your mouth there. Empty bank account support me talent, oh yeah.
Yeah man, you don't know, this is Naomi Cowan representing for Talk Up Youth. This on every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. Talk Up Youth, me say Talk Up Youth, yeah. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time.
Tell the people. You will make a way. You have always made a way, God. Oh God, oh God. Some days high and some days low, but I will not give up. No, I won't let go. I know God will make a way for me. Yeah.
Talk Up Youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush!
New government, give thanks.
Sing it.
You know, every day,
Realest thing here in our world, brother.
we give thanks.
For real.
You spend all that money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the club. How much you spend with the ones you love? The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes by your feet. Now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch where you eat. When last you get a good sleep. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. You better notice your blessing.
Sing it. Simplicity we use to survive. Many find it difficult because them ignorant and I. One alone they get in, I go live another life. Telling them again but I know in a device. Life, no get chance too often. Cut out some of the sadness and invest in a laughing. Time you take a stress, lifetime passing. Tell them say you love them for you see them in a coffin. Let me tell you this man. Good days, bad days, you know say you win up. Me woulda trade house and car and cheddar. Just forget one more minute with my brother. So you get up, spend time together. Cherish every second of the day when you're there. Gotta tell you, I had a close one yesterday. You put an angel over me.
The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things, them are your blessing. You better notice your blessings.
Welcome to the Talk Up Youth radio show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, right here on the best revolution station in Jamaica, nationwide, 90 FM. And whether you are listening to us on the 90.3, the 90.5, the 90.7, and the 90.9 FM band, Digiplay or Flow, we're glad to have you this morning. And you're listening to none other than the voice of your boy, Malik. And I'm joined by none other than the producer boss himself.
Damon Scarlett, good morning, Jamaica. How are you doing today?
It is a nice sunny morning here in Kingston City. And today we have such a wonderful show lined up for you. Today we are the voices, just continuing on this hinge of politics and democracy that we started from last week. This week we are the voices of student leadership and democracy. Today we are amplifying student voices as we explore the intersection of student leadership, democracy, and elections. From campaigning and voting to policy making and activism, we'll dive into the ways students are shaping their schools and communities.
So join us as we talk to our tertiary student leaders about the latest trends and innovations in student democracy. We'll examine the challenges and opportunities facing students as they navigate the complexities of leadership and governance.
So coming up in the show today, our guests for our Youth for Chat, which is the first half of the show, are President of the UTEC Student Union, Rick Darby, as well as President and VP of the UWI Mona Guild Council, Perry Cummings Jr. and Tajano Taylor, will join us to talk about the academic year and their tenure as student leaders or leaders of the student body, highlighting the work done and how they have been amplifying student voices while advocating for changes.
That's right, and it's also election season on most of our tertiary and college campuses, right?
Yep.
And just last night as well, you announced their guild election results, and of course we want to hear who the new president-elect is.
Yes.
So stick around for that. That's a conversation you don't want to miss. And UTEC has also started their preparations for their election. So what's happening later inside our broadcast?
So later on at about midday, we'll turn our attention to our artist spotlight and bust the youth guest for the week. And today we are joined by, or blessed to have, reggae and dancehall artist Dimitri Cummings, professionally known as
King Izem,
in the studios. And Izem was one of the 2024 nominees for the Caribbean Music Awards in the category of Best New Reggae Artist. So we're joined by some reggae royalty today.
That's it.
And it promises to be an electrifying conversation and inspirational music segment. So stay tuned.
Right, and of course you can hop on our YouTube live, and we are live on YouTube this morning. Say good morning to all YouTubers.
Morning, YouTube family.
That's it, and so we're going to be here until 1 p.m. Lots more in store. ISM's going to be here. The university students are going to be here. Our social media highlights are going to be there.
Yes.
Right, and because you don't want to miss next week, because it's going to be exciting.
So listen to the Talk Up Your Radio show here or online at nationwideradiojm.com. That's nationwideradiojm.com, or get the Nationwide app in your relevant app store. You can also watch us on YouTube, as Damian said, at Nationwide 90 FM. Keep it locked into the station you can trust. Let's switch over to the break. This is the Talk Up Youth Radio show, a Talk Up Youth-led production. Stay tuned for more Talk Up Youth, Miss Effie.
Talk Up Youth.
We'll soon come back.
Chimney, new government, give thanks.
Sing it.
You know, every day,
Realest thing here in our world, brother.
we give thanks.
Korean solid surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable and repairable, so easy to clean and maintain, and can be thermoformed into any shape. Choose Korean, the #1 solid surface in the world, when you want beauty and the best for your countertop. Visit Home International Limited, located at 104 Constance Ring Road. Telephone 755-1970
or 276-6448.
Outperform, outlast. We top performance. Easy Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. Free parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply. We service what we sell.
It's undeniable that we should be together.
The true beauty of music is that it connects people. It carries a message. It speaks to you. It changes you. And that's exactly what we do just for you every Sunday as we take you to Urban Paradise, 9:10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Urban Paradise is our weekly musical journey that will serve up 110 glorious minutes of positive storytelling through music, mixed in with inspirational features to provoke thought and to heal the soul.
Like a dream come true, just wanna be with you.
So join me, Diane Ashton Smith, this and every Sunday, 9:10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. Urban Paradise, opening our hearts, connecting to others.
Now is the time. Youth for chat and youth for act and youth for unite right now. No silence, you youth. You have to stand for your rights now. Now is the time. Tell the people.
Are you ready? 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 Are you ready?
When the roll is called out, I'll be standing taller to face the darkest and the hardest of times. We'll be taking care of all the children thereof, but if it's required, we'll be on the front line. You can call me by my name, I am ready to roll. Once the rules remain the same, how the story's been told. Call me anytime, never cop out. Lioness is Never say never, willingness forever to fight and be strong. Once it's for better, I'll write every letter and moving right along. And I'll roll with the punches, accept changes, work with the formula, do what I have to do, and call me by my name. I am ready to roll. Once the rules remain the same, how the story's been told. Call me anytime, never clock out. Lioness is on the rise, don't you ever have doubt. When you are willing to serve, we have room to observe, to see if you can walk the walk you told. Let me give you my word, my voice must be heard. Bravery is a piece of my heart. Call me by my name, I am ready to roll. Once the rules remain the same, how the story's been told. Call me anytime, never tap out. A lioness is on the rise. Don't ever have no doubt. When the roll is called up, we'll be standing taller to face the darkest and the hardest of times. We'll be taking care of.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Eat Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the best revolution station in Jamaica, and like I always say each and every week, across the world. You are listening to the producer boss, Damien Scarlett, alongside
none other than the voice of your boy Malik, and today we are the voices of student leadership and democracy.
That's it.
And it's such an interesting time to have this conversation because many of our tertiary institutions are going through transition now in their student leadership and student governance with their elections and campaigning. Did when you were a student leader in school?
At one point. Not at the college level, because when I left, before I went to university, I was at Exed after I left KC.
Right.
And I had this passion or this dream to run for president. And
why didn't you?
It just things happened.
You should have. If you have the dream, you
Yeah.
should always encourage yourself to go after it. And I'm sure Perry, Rick, and Nicholas will tell us the same thing.
But not to worry, I'm going to run for Prime Minister.
I like that. Speak it into me and then I'll join your cabinet.
All right.
I'm just kidding. But I was also a student leader. I actually did student leadership straight up from prep school, straight through high school as head boy. I was law faculty representative. All of my masters are still a student leader. Yeah, and I think the journey was most rewarding for me. But it's all about me and you today right now, because student leadership development should definitely start prior to high school, from your teenage years, from as early as Builders Club or Brownies and Cub Scouts in primary school. And more we are seeing students at the primary level becoming more engaged in student leadership campaigns. And what is so interesting to me, because when I was head boy in primary school, I never had any campaigning. Now I'm seeing these little parents put up their children in prep and primary school campaigning for a head boy, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, exactly.
It's so interesting to see now that they're campaigning for prefect, sub-prefect, head boy and head girl, hall monitors. But in any way, I think it's a good space to start grooming our student leaders.
But not only that, I think what we're seeing at the primary and the prep level now, it has taken off. I've never seen campaigns at primary and prep school so exciting and energetic, and you know billboards and all of that. So you see how things and times have changed, and maybe what's happening in the tertiary space is helping to influence
quite possibly
some of that. And I want to get from our guests this morning. Were you exposed to leadership at primary school, prep school? Start with Nicholas.
Initially, I would say primary school for sure. It wasn't at the school level to say I was a deputy head boy or a prefect, or it was more so at the club level. So I was a part of the cadet unit, the cadet units in primary school, and I had a position there. But moving on, I would say it actually started in high school. That's where leadership just started to take form for me when I served as a deputy head boy. I guess.
Rick?
Well, for me, it would have been from primary school in class monitors roles, and then coming into high school, I've always been a part of student council. So from grade 7 straight up, and then in sixth form I was a part of the sixth form association. So that's always been where I was at. I was also block prefect, etc. But really and truly for me, I was never that interested in seeing myself as president. I always saw myself as just one of the persons speaking on behalf of person, but I didn't see myself at the ultimate. Yeah.
Got you. What about you, Perry?
Yeah, it would be very similar to my colleagues here. So it really started for me from like primary school, always getting involved in advocacy at certain levels, you know. I don't know why I always find myself talking to teachers on behalf of other students because they were normally seen as shy. And then I was the one
never
who...
tell us that you talk too much.
And that's what I always got.
Village lawyer.
Yes, so on my report cards, good grades, but it talks a lot.
I can empathize with you.
Yes, so I didn't understand it, but then moved on to high school, student council, sixth form association. Then, you know, UE is really where I took up the whole student leadership thing seriously.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Presidents in front of us. But I'm curious to hear from you, gentlemen. You know, looking back at that journey, as you have recounted for us, how do you find student leadership programs from as early as primary school up impacting the school community and beyond? Starting with you, Perry.
All right, so for me, to be honest, when it comes to initiatives or anything of that sort, I can speak from the guild's perspective over by UE. We've done some good things. You understand what I'm saying? Things that will outlive our tenure. And I think it's very important. I'll just name one, you know, before we advance into the conversation. When you talk about the fact that students saw an increase in their student wages this year, the last time we saw wages being increased was back in 2022. Wow. And if you guys remember, there was a big hike in fees last year over by UE. There was a lot of excitement. But what we did was just to reason with the university and we said, listen, we can't tell you what to do with your fees, you know. But if you're going to increase those fees, increase the salaries of our students. And students were able to empower themselves with their salaries. They were able to cover more grocery and to help more with tuition. So I believe initiatives overall from student leadership, they can be impactful. But I guess you have to have the vision then, and you have to think forward and to say, okay, even if I leave this portfolio, how will this outlive my tenure? And I think that's what we were doing this year as the 2024-2025 Guild.
Proud of you for that. What about you, Rick?
I think it definitely impacts, and as Perry rightfully said, we have to think about councils beyond us, because whatever mistakes we make here, councils beyond my tenure will feel those mistakes. So we have to think about different things. An initiative I can mention, well, as Perry had mentioned, in my first tenure as president, when they increased our dues, we increased the student wages. So that was something that we definitely advocated about at UTech. Right. And then in second tenure now, we had to look at different things. So one of the things that we did, we increased the amount we gave for grants and bursaries. So we increased by 51% in grants and bursaries. So overall, $14 million that we're giving back to the students to help those in need. We also, this year, we've introduced scholarships. So scholarships valued at $2.4 million, which is something that has been dormant for years. But given the constant increasing fees, we have to start thinking outside of the box. What can we do to counter this? So while we're advocating for lower tuition, we're also finding ways to help students cope. So it's all about thinking, not just on the basis level, but thinking, if I were a student in this position, what would I want to see be done? And also consistently having dialogue with the students so we can see how we can best assist them.
I like that. What about you, Nicholas?
For me, I would say that over my time, well, during my period on the Youth Students Union, we've been able to help the community in so many different ways. For instance, through programs such as the Teach Youth Initiative that we do annually every year, such as the Tag Drive, where we go across the island and raise funds for different charities. It's not more so just about impacting students, but how we impact the community around us. I would say that in terms of the student community, though, we've done some impactful work that we know will, as Perry rightfully said, will outlive our tenure. For instance, during my time as advisor to the first vice president, we would have worked at reevaluating or doing an evaluation of the grade forgiveness policy back then. This year, it came into effect where now students are able to, if you fail a module, you're able to now redo that module, while that previous grade that you had, that course that you would have failed is now removed from the portal. So with that, it doesn't affect your GPA. So we're making impacts that ensure that all students have a better student life advancement. So at the end of the day, I feel like we're making strides as youth leaders. and where we're coming from and to where we are at the level we are at now, it's significantly impactful, and I feel like it just continues to how we evolve.
And I like what the commonality or similarity amongst all three is that, you understand or appreciate as youth leaders and student leaders that impact just does not rest with you, but the future generations. And that futuristic outlook, I think, is very, very important for us to appreciate that. Yes, we're doing it now for the hype and the praise and the satisfaction and the gratification. No, but how will this impact future generations? And I think if we appreciate that from now, then, going forward into our personal or professional careers and journeys, it will only, work to our benefit. And, what was so interesting, David, I was just listening to Nicholas, when he was saying, he's advisor to the vice president. I was here saying to myself that, this is literally showing us that, student leadership from the tertiary level down to the primary level is literally, as I'm about to use a big word, macrocosm, but a mini version of real life and governance, because each of our ministers have advisors. So, you starting in that role, as even you said, Rick, you don't have to always be at the helm or in the position, but you can also facilitate change by being first a follower than before being the leader. But, switching gears a little bit, guys, I want to find out from you, because you mentioned it earlier, Perry, that, and I think all of us as student leaders have experienced it, because you, Damien, said, you didn't want to run for the presidency when you were in school. But, student leadership can be daunting. So you struggle with, I want to do this, but oh my God, the peer pressure or the stress, or will they like me, will they not like me? What role do you find your peers, family, and, just colleagues overall play in supporting youth leaders and young leaders? You can start first, Rick.
They do play a very important role, because I remember last year before I ran for my second term, I was saying, all right, this is the end. I'm giving up right now. And it was my peers who pushed me. So I have a board of advisors. So the President Advisory Board, so it consists of the President's advisor as well as 2 assistants. And they were the persons who kept pushing me and saying, hey, continue. Because while you're in, persons will always criticize. You'll always get more criticism than praises. So there were a lot of times when persons were criticizing certain decisions, and most of the times they are criticizing the certain decision because they don't have all the information. Because sometimes when we make decisions, and I think that was one of the things that we tried to change for this year, because last year we made a lot of decisions, but persons weren't aware of what was happening behind the scenes or before. So this year we became more forthcoming with the information. So although last year one of our pillars was transparency, we were a bit late with the information. So we're telling them what was happening, what the decision was, but we weren't telling them what led to it. So that was one of the things I was criticized heavily about. That I was saying, all right, I'm not going to do a second tenure. Even though we did so well in the first term, I'm not going to do it because there's a lot of negative talk. But then in actually canvassing and going around and speaking with the students, there were a lot of positives to say, and there were a lot of students who were being positively impacted by the initiatives that we were doing. So the persons around me, they kept me grounded, as well as my grandparents. They are very supportive, and my mother, very supportive in anything that I do. So they kept me going. My aunt is always cheering on from the sideline. She's saying, oh, I remember when Rick used to give a lot of trouble, I used to get called into the dean's office. So from high school, the dean knowed me by name. I was always at her office. As soon as she saw me, Mr. Darby, why are you here again? So
Mr., yeah, when you get the Mr., it's serious.
So my aunt kept on seeing that entire different transition from where I was being a person who was constantly giving trouble into somebody who is leading and making change. So having those persons around you to ground you, it's very important to keep you focused and keep you going forward.
I like that.
All right, I want you guys to hold that point. We're going to take the next break, and when we come back, we'll pick up where we left it off. We are talking about student leadership and democracy. This is the Talk Up Youth radio show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We'll be right back after this. Talk Up Youth, Mr. F.
Talk Up Youth. We soon come back.
All the children thereof, but if it's required, we'll be on the front line. You can call me by my name. I am ready to roll. Once the rules remain the same, how the story's been told. Call me anytime, never cop out. Lioness is on the rise, don't you ever have doubt.
Yes, me get the last cheese. Taste the beat. Brothers and sisters, at the end of Easter service, we have cheese. Taste the beat. But one day we get no bun and cheese. Taste the beat. Serve, sell me some bun and cheese. Taste the beat.
Why, this looking nice with some tasty cheese.
Taste the beat. Could I have some cheese, please? Taste the beat. Make we get on real bad with the tasty cheese, boy.
We have the rhythm and the tins for you all, Easter.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply. We service what we sell.
Some things are just never said. No.
Talk Up Youth and talk the truth. I actually Bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush!
Story of my life, ordinary person just like you. If you take a look inside, see the great things that people do. Changing lives day and night, but nothing I do ever makes the news. Still I have to do what's right, to the King of all kings, all praise is due. Yesterday I was on a train, a little boy asked me my name. He said, sir, I've seen you before, tell me who are you? Said I am a legend that you never heard of before. I said I am a lion, but he never heard me roar. I am a hero that nobody celebrates, but if one person remembers my name, that means I made a change.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Youth radio show. And yes, we are joined today by some legends in student leadership and governance. Trust me, Nicholas, Perry, and Rick have been really engaging us in this conversation and this dialogue about, why student leadership and youth leadership on a whole is important, and how, they will actually go down, Damien, in the dawn of time as legends or true legends in student leadership at their institutions. So we were last with Rick telling us about, how important it is for that support from your peers, your family, your colleagues. Nicholas, you can pick up now and tell us about that for you.
Alright, it plays a crucial role because I can recall that in my first stint when I would have ran for Vice President Student Services on the Youth Students Union, I wasn't successful in my bid. However, I can remember the morning after results being announced, a conversation I had with my auntie, and she was like, this isn't the end of it. You're still a good leader, and there's so much more you can contribute to impact your fellow students or peers. And I also remember having conversations with Rick as well as other persons on the union. And from there, I was asked or given the opportunity to come back on the union as an advisor to the first vice president. And through there, the amount of work that we're able to do, as I spoke about earlier, it does show that what would have happened if I didn't come back. Would we have still made the same impacts? Would they say with these students, would this have happened? And it shows that these persons behind us in this behind the scenes, how crucial they play in our journeys. And even now, next couple of weeks, youth experience elections are coming up, and I might be contesting them as well, contesting in it. And the persons around me, the support, because losing one election, you might be afraid to go back. But then the support team I have behind me, they're really pushing me, and it should be a very interesting couple of weeks ahead of us.
Well, best wishes to you in that. Perry?
It is very important, as you would have heard from Nicholas and Rick, that as leaders we have support system. A lot of persons don't really understand the importance of having those persons around you that is saying, listen man, you can do it. A little pat on the back, because student leadership can be a thankless thing. Leadership overall.
Yes.
You can do so much, because, I could come here today and talk about all that we have done as the current guild, and you'll still have persons out there who would say they did absolutely nothing. Right? But I remembered when I was running last year, and a lot of things, the smear campaigns, you talk about lies, you know, a person's trying to defame character in order to get by. And at one point I almost pulled out and I said, Lord, what is this? And somebody said, no, Perry, if this is something that you want, you cannot allow persons to deter you. And hey, through the propaganda, through all the fight, through all the counselors at the time, trying to make me look bad before the entire school population. Students saw through it, they saw the quality, they believed in the plans, and I won. And even as we transition into the next guild, I want to say it here that it is very important that leaders find persons who really and genuinely support them. Not the persons who supported you up until the point you won, but someone who will throughout however long you'll be serving can always be there to say, listen man, you're not perfect. Even if that's the case, which is the case, nobody's perfect. But they can say, listen man, Rick, you're going good. Nicholas, you're going good. Because a lot of time it's a lonely space. Trust me.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Because, you know, Malik, that leads us into something else that I wanted to touch on. Because I realize from my vantage point where I sit, wherever that is, you know, and I look, when we talk about the advent of social media, now we see a lot of the campus campaigns then on social media. And it gives you this kind of vibe and this kind of energy that I want to be there, even if you are no longer on campus, right? So I want us to talk about now in your year, the election fever and the use of social media. Now, what was that like for both of you? Well, all three of you on your campuses. And I know your term is ending now, but just reflect on that year that was.
As a politician now,
right.
How did that work?
Yes.
All right. I think I probably should start. All right. So, for someone who uses social media a lot, because outside of being guild president, I'm known as a social media influencer, as Perry in Christ, a faith-based content creator. So, I used my platform, specifically TikTok, when I was running, to get those viral videos out. I was the one who started the whole talks about value for money. I said, Yui, when we will see the value for money? And those videos went viral because TikTok has that thing about it sometimes. And I started to separate myself from other candidates because I was using social media, because that was my strength.
Right.
Social media platform to weigh in on a number of issues. So social media for me, it has always been a tool for me in terms of getting messages out. It helped me in my campaign, and you see it now where all candidates, even if they weren't popular on social media, they try to build, they're going there because they say, listen man, we saw student leaders before me who use it and it worked. And you know, social media can boost your popularity as a candidate, and that plays a big role in anything that you're running for these days. If you're not known, persons may not want to vote for you. So it's a big thing. But you said as a politician, I am going to be a little bit controversial right now. I think my guild has been the best guild in a long time at the University of the West.
I made them call the station.
Let me tell you
what. Every guild president will say that.
Yeah, man, but as a politician, Rick, I must say, and I'm going to tell you why.
Well, I know him can say that in because term comes the end.
He's out the door.
Go ahead.
We were famously branded as the Advocacy Guild. Lest we forget, when UWI increased its fees, we took to social media. We marched. As a matter of fact, there was a point in time when we marched to the principal's office unannounced and we demanded a meeting. We waited about 2 hours because he was in a meeting at the time. And we said, listen, we're not leaving because we don't feel as if students are at the center of our operations. But quickly, when the fees were increased, we went to social media. We started an online protest. We saw some candidates trying to take credit to say that they were the ones who started it. Because everybody's going to try and make themselves seem like they were the ones who started it. But this is where we set it straight now. So it was the guild who started the online protest. Being the president, I had to lead the charge. Because if the guild should go up in flames, it's one person they're calling to ask for clarity. So if anything good is happening on the guild, as presidents, we should be able to chime in and say, listen, man, under our administration, this is what was accomplished. We batted against it. We tried our best to renegotiate with the UWI administration. We went on TV, JCVM, all of the radio stations. We advocated as much to try and spread awareness as to what was happening. But again, the result to that was not favorable, but we got increase in wages. So that was a win for us. We got part-time students to reside on hall. Never in the history of the 70 plus years that UWI has existed, part-time students were never given an opportunity to pay their own money and to live on hall and benefit from that hall culture. We got that done. We implemented the student-to-student transfer policy, where students, if Rick has excess on his account, and he say, boy, Perry, I'm a bridge, and him owe a little money, he can go to the SAS and have a whole process done quick and easy to have money sent from his student account to mine. And that fuels this financial independence of students, an historical policy that was made. We saw where we led the charge in the sense of external advocacy. We weighed more on national issues as the 2024-2025 Guild, which a lot of the times the Guild is normally criticized for just being in a bubble. It's always
Upper
about the same rhetorics. We want Black Road because hall not infrastructure, poor or fees. But what about certain, conversations? So we started to tackle issues of voter apathy. We're in an election here. We're in a political season. As student leaders in governance, we should be chiming in on national politics. I implemented the President's Grant, the first of its kind. I gave away some money to some students who really needed it. When you talk about when the UTEC Union and the Guild, we went, and Youts, we went to the courtesy call with the Minister of Education, and we had a lovely conversation. We heard in the presentation from the Minister of Finance where they have taken our discussions into consideration. They're going to be considering increasing the cap for the student loan.
Right.
And they're going to be introducing a loan for housing under the SLB. That's something that the UWI Mona Guild has always asked for. As you know, over by UWI, most of our Pelican Pride is fueled by our halls.
Yes.
So it's very important that we wanted students to have access to this space to reside. I mean, I'm not boasting, but I'm saying what we have accomplished as a Guild in this year, it is really worth reviewing. And I want to tell persons that appreciate the work. I must say though, and I would be remiss of me not to say it, I would have came under scrutiny with a video recently. I tried to reassure students about the safety of our campus, and it was interpreted as being dismissive, and I didn't care enough.
Right.
And I apologized. I went on certain platforms and I said, listen man, that would have never been the aim to dismiss the views of students. And safety concern is a big concern over by UWI.
Yes.
So we got some things implemented.
Yeah.
We ensured that the university made it extremely mandatory to display IDs. We got a restricted access at the Queensway and Hospital Gate.
The main gate,
We had to restrict it. At the general access points, you have to produce some form of identification. You understand? We enhanced the protocols in terms of, we doubled the security in terms of patrol vehicles. Can you imagine a big UWI and only one vehicle patrolling the entire campus?
Where so many people.
So we had to double that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we realize that at the gates now, it might build up some traffic on Mona Road, but we prefer that to ensure that persons are properly vetted at the gates to ensure that we at least know your nature of business. A safer campus is what this guild has always advocated for, and the policies will outlive us.
Right. Thank you for sharing that, Perry. And I want to go to Rick, and I know that you might have some similar challenges and concerns on what you have done. So let's talk about what's been happening over UTEC.
So what's been happening over UTEC? So a lot has been happening over UTEC actually. Just recently we had where UWI is more open than UTEC. So in terms of our safety and security, there are concerns, but they are a lot less than UWI. And myself and Per would have spoken about it, would have shared ideas, etc. So UTEC has went even further to enhancing its security. So as 9 o'clock ends, which would be the end of all classes, no access is allowed on campus without a student ID. I've been in the case where I've been locked out several times because I'm traveling late, and I usually don't travel with my ID, so I have to constantly be on the phone with the supervisor so I can get into the campus. So they have enhanced securities. In terms of, there are a lot of changes coming. You know that UTEC is the University of Technology, so they want to implement a lot of technology. So looking at increasing CCTV, restricting access to the dorms, etc. So it's a lot of conversations happening, and we as the council, we have to ensure that the student safety are the first priority and the students' interests are always there, because UTech is an underfunded institution. They're always complaining about, hey, we're not getting this and we're not getting that. We've seen where UTech is known for its staff to constantly be going on strike because of compensation, and that is something that we've raised at several levels.
Right.
We've even, as the council, we've written to the minister because we understand the importance of it. So we've written to both the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Education because we understand the importance of having them compensated well, because at the end of the day, they are doing a service and they are delivering to us, and we don't want to be affected whenever they're striking or whatever. We don't want to be inconvenienced. So it's a lot of things looking at. Yeah. We've been looking a lot at student welfare. We've been looking at special needs. So this year, one of the mandates I had was to increase the access for students who were physically challenged. So we looked at changing the access to the Students' Activity Center. So we'd have looked at making the bathroom more accessible. So building a ramp to go into the bathroom. So there was a ramp, but it needed to be extended because where the ramp was placed, no wheelchair could get access to it. So the ramp was there serving no purpose. So we increased the amount, the level of access to that. We increased the level of access to the different concessionaires. So persons who were physically challenged were able to use that. We also increased the funding that we placed towards it. So in looking at our budget, we realized that why are these students getting less money than the average students? They are all students equally. So we equal out that. So we increased that, I think it was by 40%. We increased the amount of money granted to physically challenged students. And we deem them as special needs students. And we also increase the amount of persons who could benefit from it, because we're saying, why is this just a small amount of students when we have a campus that we have a lot of students who are challenged? It might not just be physically, but we have students who have different disabilities. So we have to take that into consideration. So it's a lot of things that we've been working on, and a lot of things that will come into effect, because we looked at when we had the earthquake last year, there was no policy in place on how it was handled. So it was one of the things that my first vice president, Percival Roberts, would have worked heavily on. So it would have started first year in my tenure as president, but it continued. And that is something, Perry spoke about it during the elections. We see a lot of persons, they are running for positions and they are saying, oh, I'm going to redo this, redo that. But what about building on what currently exists? Yes, you see the inefficiencies in the guild, but it's not about just pointing out the problems. Look at the good and implement on that. And then look at where they are inefficient and try to change things. So it's not always about rebuilding. In honesty, while our tenure is supposed to be 1 year, it's not 1 year, it's about 10 months. So we come in with these massive manifestos, and then when we're actually in the position where we're saying, hey, I'm going to have to reduce the amount of things that I can accomplish based on the time. So we have to pivot. So I think most of the candidates that we've been seeing over the years, they've constantly been coming in and saying, hey, I'm going to redo this and redo that. But what about the things that currently exist? I saw when I took over from Tavoy was the president before me. Yes. He implemented the Student Union Leadership Awards, and I said, continue it and expand it. So that's what I've done. So I expanded last year, and we're expanding again this year, because we're seeing the initiatives that continue. We're seeing Teach Youth. Nicholas spoke about Teach Youth. That was started by our current university president, Dr. Kevin Brown. He was a student, and he was a Students' Union president in 2000, and that has continued. So we've prided ourselves.
Impact of legacy.
Yeah, so impact of legacy. So I think that's even one of the things that, even as politicians, future politicians, we should look at. So not criticizing the current administration, yes, and holding them accountable, but also building on the things that they have done well, so it has continuing impact on the people that we're serving.
Well, Malik, Rick sounded like he read the budget this
week. And not only that, but, I think I'm just listening to them and I'm thinking, why have the three of you now decided after this show to go sit down and write a book about student leadership 101? The do's, the don'ts, the maybes. But before we go, David,
that's a part of my transition, because that's one of the things that I plan on leaving as a
manual.
Yeah.
Important. Nicholas, but you've been listening to Perry and Rick, and you've also been contributing. But I want to hear, because I think Damien asked earlier about the impact of social media. Yeah. Do you find, though, because you told me you're an advisor to, there's a possibility you might be running, just from your experience, because of social media, do you still find general walkabouts and introductions, the face-to-face introductions, important as part of campaigning, or has it lost its place?
For sure, because so I believe COVID-19 was almost 2 years, well, 2 years since we've gone back to face-to-face classes since the pandemic. And since then, we've had a lot of new students come onto campus. And while we focused on maintaining the social media presence that we've had, also persons have not been reached on campus. UTEC has over 12,000 students. For these 12,000 students, we would, as much as our social media page might have over 10,000 followers, approximately about 3,000 followers no longer attend the university anymore. What about the other, say for instance, 6,000 persons on campus who are not following the student union pages? Going around campus and doing campus walks, I know that this academic year the union did a thing where every Thursday we would have walks around the campus in our union shirts, introducing ourselves to the students and interacting with them, and basically finding out if they've had any issues and what we are doing as a council to help them. Going forward, I definitely think that we need to find more ways to interact with them physically, to know that you can come here to find us physically. You don't have to just come and find us on social media.
Right.
That isn't the only way to reach us. We're right here for you. And honestly, I think there's some ways we can improve more on social media, but I mean, not everyone is perfect. So it all comes about experience and how we're going to fix that. So social media does play a big part, but I feel like with the current atmosphere on the campus, the face-to-face walks have more of an impact, in my opinion.
And if I can chime in on that point, I believe it's very important to have a balance between the two, because as Per would have said, last year when our tuition increased, we started a no increase campaign because we thought about it, we looked at it. We didn't have the numbers because we were writing to the university administration several times and we weren't getting any response. So we were saying, hey, we're going to strike. But in their head, because it was summer, we didn't have a lot of students on campus. We didn't have the numbers to pull it off. So that was one of the things that they were saying, okay, they're not going to do it. So we started with the social media campaign. A lot of persons were giving us their support online. And then I remember distinctly, we were in a meeting. We got called into a last-minute meeting. We were in the meeting and we were saying, hey, if you're not going to respond to our proposal, we will ensure that we hit where it hurts. And I remember distinctly, they were at a conference, an international conference, and we went there with a silent protest, and that is how we were able to demand them to lower our tuition. So they gave us the option of maintaining with a freeze for the next academic year or lowering by 2%. And I think that's why the balance is very important, because we raised the awareness on social media. So students all over the country, they were able to, even though they weren't physically on campus or close by, because renting in spaces, they would have gone back home.
Yeah.
So they were able to muster up the support. We were few in numbers, but the impact it had because we had social media behind us and we had those students who were willing to come out to help us. And even looking at guild elections yesterday, some persons would have focused too much on social media and less on the face-to-face. And we could see it because a lot of the popular candidates were the persons losing and the less popular candidates were the persons winning. So the balance is very important. So balance between social media and the face-to-face component in terms of interaction.
You hear that, Dave? If you're running for prime minister, you have to have the balance. You have to have the face-to-face as well as the social media presence. Very, very important. But you mentioned guild elections, though. Perry, so guild elections results came out last night.
Yeah.
So who is your successor?
So the successor is Roshan Winter. He is the current hall chairman for Chancellor Hall and now president-elect. Well, as Rick said, the guild elections was really an interesting thing. And, again, probably the politician side of me coming out now. You had some very poor candidates in the presidential race. That's just the truth of it. And I must say, a lot of the poorer representation that we saw came from members of the current guild. Why? Because persons criticized them on how they were not able to pay homage to the current administration of the guild. They were unable to identify the goods and improve on that. So they went there saying nothing was done. The person said, but that's not true. When we look at what the guild would have accomplished this year and you serve on the guild, it is unfair for you to come now just because it's election time
to say
nothing was done. And person saw through it and them say, hey, we're going with the humbler candidate here, man. Someone who is just
humble calf,
suck the most milk. right?
Yeah,
So,
and as you say, humility does carry us a far away, and as we see that there's much more work to be done on the campuses, and we're there for a reason. I say we, because if I'm there, but we want to commend all of you, Nick, Rick, and also Perry, for your contribution to student development and leadership, and in a sense, democracy.
Yes.
And I love when I look and I see even people like Fireman and some other DJs building up the track and the rhythm and the songs for the election. It's a vibe, and we love what we see. But what is important is that we're representing the students and their interests.
And they understand the core of leadership. It's not just about what you do today, but how it will impact future generations. And I'm just so excited to see, as now honorary members of our Talk Up Youth family, how you will even go on outside of the university space. Because as you realize, university is just the tip of the iceberg in this real world. What else you will put yourselves up for and do, in society and make your rightful places in
and big up to Tavoy too.
Yes.
Talk Up Youth
alumni as well.
That's right. So that's where we're going to leave this part of the conversation, and we want to say all the best. And remind us, when is UTech elections again?
So our nominations would have closed off yesterday. Well, should have. We're having a meeting later this evening to discuss all the candidates and so forth and see if we need to extend or whatnot. But officially, our election show will be April 11th.
Okay. So we'll listen out for that.
And wish all the candidates who are nominated all the very best in that election as well.
And whether they're going for first term, second term, or third term. But that's where we leave the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Our student leaders, Nick,
Rick,
Perry, and Rick. Right. I was going to try to avoid that part.
Nick, Rick, Perry.
Yeah, this is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We'll be right back with much more excitement because our guest artist is here and he's ready to go. Talk Up Youth, Mr. F.
Talk Up Youth.
Soon come.
Yesterday I was on a train. A little boy asked me my name. He said, "Sir, I've seen you before. Tell me, who are you?" Said I am a legend that you never heard of before. I said I am a lion, but he never heard me roar.
Is your business tax compliant? At Dodge & Global, we take the stress out of tax planning, ensuring you maximize deductions and minimize liabilities. From corporate tax to VAT compliance, we've got you covered. Call 876-929-3670 or 876-926-5210. Email us at info@dodgen.global. Visit us at dodgen.global. Dodge & Global, your tax experts.
Need property sales data for Jamaica? Use the National Land Agency's Jamaica Property Sales Data JAMPROP application to assist you with information regarding the transfer of registered titles, registered mortgages, as well as sale prices of properties. To register for JAMPROP, all you need is internet access. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or visit nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
For over 30 years, Chris & Charles has been financing your goals, dreams, creating your great moments. Celebrate the occasion with us. Borrow $1 million, pay less than $25,000 monthly, and get 30% off your processing fees. No guarantor needed. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris & Charles.
Need to speak with an officer from the National Land Agency's Land Titles Division? The NLA's QME Flex appointment system allows you to consult with an officer from the Land Titles Division online or over the phone from the comfort of your home or office. Book your appointment today at nla.gov.jm. For more information, call 876-750-5263. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene. Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With the Stinger Honey Bee
and Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezoneblindates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions. Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
Education is the key for betterment in this modern time, Education is the key for betterment. Never you waste your time, don't you waste your time. Bless and love. This is Warrior King. It's all about talk up youth, you know. Cause the youth them are the future. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Keep in tune, don't move the dial. Rastafari. Reggae music rocking the nation. Good vibration.
We have the banner, yeah. Keep the Rasta banner waving, a love banana, yeah. From them time when we no change, still I listen, lassie say we must become members of a new race. Some only say Rastafari cause of the trend, and when the shift change, them dream them head and I sing bout scam and gun and lead fight amongst themselves and now broke bread, but real no real and we know them. Heal up the queen, say the king potent, to lead the people choose deep mountain, to indulge your mind in a free movement. Seven seals, ink open, history, in Montep, I listen, I see I Marcus them, Gaddafi, Malcolm X, LeonardOwell with the promise keep back, vocalize the philosophies and teach the youth them, say them to speak, them mind just how them see. Just said the blind cannot lead righteous. Who said them a rasta no one just see it we so like them one Babylon history repeat I don't. The legacy of the elders we precede I hold close. Haile Selassie is the first I'm sure. Him set the framework to change this world I know. So help the little youth and make them third eye open. Read from the book, make sure no page no overload. I've got to carry the heavy load. 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 See so much of them and grow them head just for a trend. And use his majesty name teaching something so different. Them look at you with hatred but with terrible and dread. And we blackness is a gift, we give thanks for the present. I'll still see I'm a king, you never left from me presence. Karma is a queen, so watch the word them when you say. Your blessings of tomorrow reflect actions of today.
Just say the blind cannot lead righteous. Who said them a rasta no one just seed for so. Like them one Babylon history repeat. I don't. The legacy of the elders we precede. I hold close. Highly still
Welcome back to the Talk Up Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, right here on Nationwide at 90 FM. If you are just joining us, it's in the afternoon segment of the show. We just completed a great conversation with our university students, UTech and UWI, and we're now turning our attention and our focus and the vibe in the studio is high because we have with us our special guest for the rest of the show, Sir King Izem, right? You know, we're gonna tell a little bit more about him. So keep it locked and loaded to Nationwide at 90 FM. Of course, you're listening to the producer, boss Damon Scarlett. My co-host decided to leave this segment to me. Let me see if I can do good justice. You know, but we have with us today born Dimitri Cummins, King Izem, who hails from the hills of St. Andrew, Jamaica, and is progressively recognized as one of Jamaica's most exciting emerging artists. His music is a unique combination of reggae and dancehall, fused with the influential sounds of prominent world music, particularly Afro and rap. And Izem's music aims to excite and stimulate the brain whilst vocalizing the stories of our real life experiences. I'm going to talk about how he writes his lyrics and everything like that, because when we have such great talent in the studio, you know, we'll have to unpack and unwind and get how the creative flow is. But he's also joined by, and I want to make sure I get the name right, Giovanni, right? Yeah. Giovanni Cummins, and he's a part of the team. I know Alex is here, Shane is here, but what role do you play, Gio? In all of this, because I know that behind every artist, there's a successful team, so I wanted to start there. Well, yeah. Beside, yes, thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's beside every great person, you need a strong team.
A strong team, yes.
So he's pretty much a figurehead of what we do as a movement, right? And I'm pretty much just the backbone that helps to guide him, So it's a lot of business aspects of things for the most part, but also trying to help sure that we keep him grounded as much as possible, Like in this industry, you move very fast pace and sometimes the fame can get to you, so we're there to help give him that foundation. So I act as a mentor, but also just as I said, as the backbone and the support system, and the team is here as well that does the same.
Alright, man, big up to the team, man.
Yeah.
Are you twins?
No, man.
I'm an older brother, yeah.
Okay.
That's my older brother.
Alright, so Izem, let's walk us a little bit now through your musical journey. How did it all start for you? Your background, and I know you have a lot of influence in the space. You also had persons around you, so let's talk about that.
Alright, so we will start from how it started. Well, firstly, my family is a family that loves music. Both of my grandfathers are writers.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily from inside. They're not a part of the industry per se, but they do write lyrics and you know what I mean. Yeah. So one of my grandfather is also related to one of the greatest producers of reggae music from the 90s, which is Fatis Burrell, Exterminator. And my other grandfather now, which is my mother's father, he was around with the Black Uhuru, Black Uhuru is the first reggae band for win a Grammy and stuff. So I guess through the DNA we have them things there. My great grandfather used to play banjo in the dance too. My grandmother always tell me about that. So banjo is like a guitar instrument.
Right, I know that one.
Yeah. So outside of that, for me where music started was at the age of 8. I have some bridging, and we grew up in a community named Whitehall, that's off Mannings Hill Road. And one day I hear them DJ and them a sing, but them a clash each other. So I say, yo, wait, I want to write them song, and them say, yeah, our tune. I'm say, yeah. So if them write songs, we can write songs too.
Of course.
So I go for the evening, write some lyrics now and talk it, sing it back to my bridging, him laugh after me, but it did feel so good.
and being around them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Being around them and you know, throughout time, like we love music. Like my father always play music in the house, and like him have a wide range. Like him listen a lot of different things. You just find him listen jazz, rap, rock, anything, reggae, dance. So him always like by like. What you would say, like second hand listening. I get a second hand listening experience through that, and it kind of shaped me. And you know, me love the DJ thing, Cape It and the Damian Marley, that kind of energy there. So
well, I love that. And as I'm listening to you, that one of the things that come to mind is that even though you are known to be the reggae and the dancehall artist, but you just touch on the other genre of music. You know, how does listening to the other types of genres help to solidify who you are and for you to say that no man, this is my niche.
Well, it just make music a lot more easier for me. Because as I say, like we have the knowledge there, and so we learn how to feel other music as well. So it's not just about like writing, but we learn how to feel other music, and so we can bring back whatever we learn from those music within our genre. So, for example, like we can listen a pop song or a funk artist or a country artist and determine whether the person is a good writer or not. Sometimes that's hard to decipher because of the cultural differences, but because of such vast knowledge in music, like it kind of helped me to identify those things easier. So when we get a rhythm, I know exactly what to do with it. I don't have to think 5 seconds. From the rhythm start playing, I can build the song. I can start create the song immediately.
Okay.
And so
that's talent. I mean, that's talent. That means you're gifted. That's a gift right there.
And hard work.
Not everybody can do it. And
hard work, because as in the earlier stages, like me used to like Vibes Cartel. You know, we go to school, we love dancehall and things. So when I decided to really go start write music, I used to listen to him every night. I come home, that was my homework. I listen to Vibes Cartel from around 7 o'clock to around 3 o'clock in the morning. Just listen how him start, how him put the intro in a certain place, how him transition to the chorus. Because I could always write music, but I never know the forms and so.
Right, and how to flow with the rhythm. But what I'm hearing you saying that, so as a young man, you used to listen and in a sense look up to Vibes Cartel. Now you yourself is an artist within the same industry. You know, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, just normal. Like it just feel like. Well, firstly, my father is like a blessing to be a part of Jamaican music.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Like, it's a privilege to be a part of Jamaican music. It's a privilege to be able to be grown in this culture and for experience the culture and being able to share it back within the music. And also see the way the people receive it around the world and locally too. So, it's just a great, it's almost mythical.
Right.
Yeah, because Jamaican music for me is like it come from somewhere special. Like what artists from Bob Marley and even Cartel, like everybody, them have a different aura. Anyway, in the world you got people love the music and so much. It's like it's just a really small island, and you know music is almost music is so spiritual that it comes from nothing like this. A black something, right?
Yeah.
When you create music, you're not see nothing, you're not hear nothing, but somehow the words them come out and the melody and so.
Yeah, and that's the kind of inspiration and vibe that you get from that process. And what it does too, as I hear you talking about that, our little country Jamaica, but you always hear leaders talk about building brand Jamaica, and I think each artist contributes to that as well. And when you tap into your gifting, your niche, you know that you're putting out good music, positive music that can help to uplift, and so somebody can take up a track and say, yo, I would have artist, never hear about Eisen before, but him can analyze and break it down because as you said that, you are targeting the real life experiences. Now I want to bring in Jay here. So Jay, looking at where Eisen is now and what he's has established, and you grew up with him. How you feel about that and his progress, and being around him. How you help to motivate him.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been, as I said, together for so long, you know, and I think the music has also helped kind of shape him into a man for the most part. So, you know, when we look at him, and even just the family look at him, it's really, we're just proud, you know, because you know, him talk about the musical journey, but when him start out, him tell about cartel, you know, it's some dangerous music he used to sing, you understand?
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember the first conversation we had when I first heard the music, you know, we had a friend that went to the studio with him and came back and I said, yeah man, him bad. You want to sing something? And I say, yeah, I'm here it, I'm here it. I say, no, you have to do something that represent the whole soul, you know. You have to make and create things when people see them, have a proud of you. You understand? And people supposed to can listen all across the world and feel at peace and everything. So, you know, we grew up in a conscious home and we try to keep things as conscious as possible. So when, you know, we look at him and we hear him singing conscious music and I try the positive things out there.
Yeah.
You understand? And a lot of the work we him do might not necessarily show in terms of the public, but you know, when you see that him going to like children's home and talking to, you know, youths who are not necessarily in a position where them can help themselves, you know. When him doing like charity works here and there, doing free concerts, him paying him band and him doing free concerts and traveling all over Jamaica just to spread positive music. You know, you look at that and you say this thing here bigger than a commercial thing. You understand?
Well, you call it almost as his way of giving back him corporate social responsibility, so to speak.
But you know, and that's the thing, you know, because a lot of musicians don't realize that they also have a social responsibility. You understand? And to see somebody so young doing a little philanthropy work, but also trying to earn an honest bread, you know, it's admirable because people only do these things when they reach a particular level, or they do it and they push it out there to the media. So it makes us very proud, and as I said, just the growth that we see in terms of the sound, the person, and also just what he's doing for people. It's really a great deed. So yeah, we love the work and we're very proud.
I love that, and the support system is needed, and in everything that you do. And so we were talking about that earlier on in the show, and you know, as I said, management as well plays a role in that too. And you know, during the pandemic in the reggae month in February 2021, Ism Sing J was awarded the new Coupe Breakthrough Reggae Artist of 2020 by the Premier Cultural Collective Dubwise Jamaica. And I know in 2024 you're also a nominee of the Caribbean Music Award. So we see the progress. Looking back at when you started, Ism, to getting these nominees, and I'm sure you're going for Grammy and all of that. You know, in your assessment, you know, how the vibe feel?
Alright, so you know, funny you talk about the Caribbean Music Awards, because that day when I get the nomination, like when I was notified that when I get nominated, me and Alexa drive, and I actually have a rehearsal the same day. It's like in the morning I'm really frustrated because I say, yo, sometimes they are putting in so much work and it's like people not get really see it, and I said, sometimes it just get me frustrated. And then same time, after I'm done the conversation, I see my phone blink and then I look and say, you have been nominated for a Caribbean Music Award.
Wow.
So I just say, alright,
just
relax. I hear you. I just say, alright, I hear you. I just go rehearsal and just do the right thing. But, you know what I mean? Like, them things here make me feel great, because it's like, I do so much, like, I put in so much effort in my music, like, I approach it with so much care, discipline. I try to be on time everywhere I go. I try to complete all of my songs, and I try not to leave no mistakes in them. I try, you know, where music video is concerned, I always 100% involved. Like, I get references. Sometimes I find myself, I make the video treatments and them things like that. So it's like, it's just a lot of things I have to put in for run a morning time, just to keep fit, for no say, alright, when I go up on the stage and so like a lot of things, like there's a lot of preparation, and just to be acknowledged even by a nomination, even though you know we're like for win everything, but you know what I mean, it's just a great thing, and I really feel proud and happy. And as I said, well, you said the team always there, push me and motivate me. Me and Shane go everywhere. Like, we literally go everywhere.
Shane, you know?
Studio, in, there and out. Anywhere we have to go up on the road, anywhere we go for promote the music and things. So it's a good vibes.
I like what you've been sharing because especially when you touch a while ago on how you treat time and the importance of time, that is very critical. And I sat down here because when you sent the message earlier on and said that you're outside, I was like, well, wait, a lot of people segmented, you're well ahead of time, so that was really remarkable. And I'm gonna ask the engineer to load up that song for us, BBL, in the meantime, but because I don't want to hear about that, because I made that song there from the whole for the whole week, so I want to know the energy behind that one. So but while we're waiting on that one though, how would you describe? Oh, yeah, he's ready. All right, let's go. Let's take this one. Listeners, viewers, this one's called B-Bell. Isaac, check it out.
BBL, 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 BBL. Hey, ready, L. Now if you do your body, you no need no BBL. To your natural, them a watch you like a CVM. Some a buy everything the doctor a sell, and them no assets. Tell them fi stop it. Now if you do your body, now fi impress the natty. Impress you got it, and me love you naturally. Them a group up and you watch them a rally, but them a ask you, your body a Bugatti. And anyway you stand up here, you blocky traffic. Some a do them body and a live in a poverty. 100 grand them spend me Dr. Jackie and them baby wanna pick. Hey, you not really care when nobody wants say you have your natural body. Just tell them figure, chew off the body with tangy to you. Put it on the gram and every man I tell you yeah. Rasta you tell me love the slim as them. Fluffy have a space on the king size bed. Now make them get in your head. Hot from your barn and your hot till the end. You do your body, yeah, not a problem. But on this the girl, we keep it natural, my friend. A simple courtesy, we are extend. Cause them a thing of the body, where the good Lord give them a body hell. Now if you do your body, you no need no BBL. To your natural, them a watch you like a CVM. Some a buy everything the doctor a sell, and them no assets. Tell them to stop it.
Alright. Yo, the energy in the studio right now. His vibe is up. Walk us through this whole concept of BBL. And I looked at the video now, and listeners, viewers, the video is sick. The video slap work. Right? It's well done. And I'm talking from a production standpoint. BBL. Talk to me about that.
Alright, well, you don't know, as an artist, we have a duty to reflect what's going on in a society, and you know what I mean? It's what going. When we see it happening in the current society is that a lot of females, particularly even young and old women, just the same, have been going through a little process where they have so much things that is kind of killing them confidence, and it's because of
esteem,
them self-esteem, and it's because of what they must see on social media. You know what I mean? So just being on TikTok or scroll through and you see people are showing the BBL and blah, blah, blah. Then you listen even podcasts and different conversations come up, and you hear women that say, yeah man, I want to get my body enhanced because I'm not like, oh, my thing is still which I mean, understood a lot of females just want to feel great within themselves, but at the end of the day, to what extent, and also how is the perception and the idea and the how is the portrayal that is alright, right?
Oh, portrayed, it's portrayed.
When you portray all of these things in the media and you have so much young girls coming up now, what you expect them to feel like, what you want them to think about, how you want them to view themselves? Would they would you do a VVL, or if someone has 100% self-love, would you consider getting a VVL? It can, maybe it's possible, maybe not. But my thing was just that there's so much women suffering from, as they say, low self-esteem, and sometimes these things are done to enhance that. But alright, so I'm gonna get the story with the song now. So a friend of mine, a female, let her know. Her sister has a BBL. So beautiful girl. So her sister now tell her, say, yo, she complained to me. Her sister say, see if you get a BBL, boy, you need a little BBL. So she feel a way about it because she said she has somebody who work on herself. She exercise and she work out, and but
they're still saying it's not enough.
Yeah, but the thing what shocked me is that you get a BBL, but then you use it as a woman, you use it to bring down another woman. So it's basically, so you basically get something to make yourself better, but you use that to bring down somebody else. Then it's like the cycle is just, it just don't benefit anybody then. Because go ahead.
No, I say that as I'm listening to you, and as I hear one of my team members was talking about in terms of the whole matter of empowerment. Because even when you listen to it, and as you said, you're building that kind of a confidence, understanding, you can accept who you are, and especially when you think about life, and this is why you have to be careful of what you allow based on when people say things to you. And we know in Jamaica we talk about our natural beauty and how our women are. So you bringing this to the forefront now, as you said it, as a part of your strategy, is that you use these real life experiences and you coin the music in that way, so that when a lady, a young lady listening to this now, they can understand that listen, that I can accept how I am, my shape and all those things, and then you can do the other things to work on yourself, as an individual. So, there's a line there, in the song. I think I did write it down. Something about CVM. Wait a second.
No, I said, chew your natural them and watch you like a CVM.
Yeah.
So, I just reassure the natural woman them say, don't follow social media, don't watch that and feel say you're not enough. Because you're already enough, like, people will love you just for your natural beauty. Me love you for your natural beauty.
Yeah.
So that was basically it. And you know how the song come out to is me and him sit down while the girl tell me, the person tell me and him sit down and thing, and I say, so the person just tell me this. Hear the idea, I'm start sing the part. I say, where the hell? Now if you do your body, you don't need no BBL. And him say, alright, put it on a 90s rhythm.
Yeah.
And it's like him get a reference to me, and him say, alright, I'll send it to Bridge in KLX, and KLX has build the rhythm and sell it back. And
Mad thing, man.
Crazy.
Love that. And we're gonna go to the break, but I want engineer to just to load up this one first. So this one is called, is it Heavy?
Heavy load.
Heavy load, right. Yeah. So let's go to let's take it. We'll go to the break first, and then when we come back, we'll touch on that. And this is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We have Izem and the team right here in studio. This is Nationwide 90 FM. Stick and stay. Don't go away.
I live in a poverty. 100 grand them spend me Dr. Jackie and them baby wanna pay. You don't really care when nobody wants say you have your natural body. Just tell them figure. Chew off the body with changi to you. Put it on the gram and every man I tell you, Rasta you tell me love the slim as them.
Singers, songwriters, producers, this is your chance to write your name into Jamaica's rich music history and also win $3 million cash in the JCDC Festival Song Competition.
This is the land of my birth.
And it's now so easy to enter because what? We gone digital. It's all online. Just log on to jcdc.gov.jm. Fill in the form online and upload your entry. Closing date has been extended to March 31. Enter now.
Anywhere I go, I am a Jamaican.
Big news! The Big Bite Food Safety Show now airs on Nationwide 90 FM with your host, Alison Richards, the Food Safety Girl. Join Alison every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. as she serves up expert advice, tips, and insights on everything food safety. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, food safety is everybody's business. Don't miss a bite of the action. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. In our next episode, we'll be reading between the labels. What you need to know.
Need property sales data for Jamaica? Use the National Land Agency's Jamaica Property Sales Data JAMPROP application to assist you with information regarding the transfer of registered titles, registered mortgages, as well as sale prices of properties. To register for JAMPROP, all you need is internet access. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or visit nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Listen to Nationwide 90 FM on 90.1
90.3
90.7
90.9
or visit our Flow channel on a 916. To our valued listeners, for questions, comments, or concerns about our programs, email us at programs@nationwidenewsnetwork.com.
Talk up youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide 90 FM every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush. Talk up youth and talk the truth.
Nothing in this world like you, yeah. You give me a bird eye view. One third eye too. Around the world I flew. Nothing in this world like you, yeah. You give me a bird eye view. One third eye. Can't this not burn like you? From the bird eye view, you give me a nerd like you. Marijuana, make her not my girl I do. Ganja College was my first high school. From man birth, I knew that in the dirt I grew. This document that healed the whole world right through. That's me see in the future. My grandfather was a user. Life is nicer when you strike it. Calm my mind and take me out of crisis. Nothing lift my mood like a nice flip can. Rise this bag and make me like this. Tell the ganja students if you try this. Always are the brightest. Tell me and girl she might be a sight chick. Don't need this world like you, yeah. You give me a bird eye view. Open my third eye too. Around the world I flew.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, right here on Nationwide 90 FM. We are in the studio and we have with us today King Isam, our special guest. How are you feeling, Isam?
Feeling great.
Yeah,
Feeling amazing.
The vibe is here, and I think my co-host has decided to rejoin.
Yes, I had to
this segment,
because you were having just too much of a great time over there.
Come on, yeah.
But I'm interested in finding out from you. Can you walk us through your creative process, your songwriting process? Because in this Bust the Youth segment, we also want other young creatives to appreciate and respect your art and how you're creating this for yourself. So walk us through that.
Alright, well, my songwriting process is mostly I get the instrumental rhythm, and as I hear it, the rhythm, each rhythm build with a specific sound, so that shapes the concept of the song, whether it be like a love song, reality, or social, anything. So once I hear the rhythm, me usually judge a rhythm within the first like 10 seconds or so. Yeah. So once I hear it within that time, I just start write. So I'll start freestyle and just take out my record and record it in on my phone first. And then I write down the lyrics and stuff after and construct the song.
How you translate, like these ideas, because you talk about rhythm, but like just the lyrics now, I'm interested in finding out, how you translate that into your music.
Well, I'm not sure, Yeah, man, because inspiration is a interesting thing.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I'm gonna try to put some theory to it. What I say, basically, throughout the years, like when you study music, you listen different kind of music and stuff, and you learn how to write and you feel out your voice and get more comfortable with your voice. I think that makes the creative process more easier. So when I hear the rhythm, probably it's because of that process back then, because my
influences you.
Right. Yeah. But in terms of topics now, it's like you just have to observe everything all day long. Yeah, as you
current affairs, everything.
Everything, yeah. Every have to stay in tune with what's going on in the world. Watch the music, the media, go up on TikTok, watch everything. Your age older than you, the youths them. Mm-hmm. You have to focus on everything, footballs, everything, So yeah.
Well, as you said that, and Malik, what comes to mind? So I know the team is here.
Mm-hmm.
What is the average day for Isam is like? Because as you observe the trends that are around, you must have to have a strategy meeting or something.
Because he said he has to observe everything.
Or you just leave that to Shane and Alex to just do it and then them come back to you,
Well, no, we're always having conversations. So it's like we open conversation and it never ends.
Yeah.
So we start discussing an idea today.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow we'll not talk about it, but Wednesday we'll get back on it and we'll add on to it. That's just our process. My process, like creatively, and just as an artist, is like wake up, I have alarms on my phone. So I have one for 5 o'clock and one for 6 o'clock. And I have alarms throughout the day. So I wake up them times there, brush my teeth, walk or run, come back, listen some rhythm, try write some songs. If I not do a full song, I just write down something, whatever.
Okay.
Probably like eat some breakfast around 9 o'clock. Then throughout the day, whatever business we have to do, we do. Sometimes I get rhythm throughout the day, as I get them, I write down the ideas and then go. So it's just like that.
And as you said,
routine.
A routine, but what I'm getting is that, inspiration is just so important. And it's not just a one thing, it can be a whole combination of things.
Yes, it's a combination of things.
And it might start, as you say, you might write down maybe a part or something and then come back and change. And I think that's why we can appreciate why even music as a whole, Damien, is so inspirational in itself, because any great song that you heard may not have started in one specific way, but over a period of time.
You just walk somewhere and see something in your bathroom and a thought just popping in your mind.
Exactly. Yeah, and different songs come through different things. Like, I'm not talking about that.
You can see that he had a moment
no,
there.
But like a situation. Alright, so for example, I have a situation the other day and it's like, somebody like them would say, as them don't do, like him that say, as them don't pay homage to whatever. I'm say, what do you mean by that? But in the other words, to me, it make me create these songs like, I say, me beg you cover me, child, 'cause you know it's so hard. So many wish we would fall. Rastafari my armor. Watch the streets out there the coolest. Through so much love, them a push more hate. I feel with time now, our moment. Rastafari alone, me a pay homage. So it's a way like something. It's like I kind of flip whatever it was, 'cause it come at me in a negative way, which means a person like I always have the utmost respect for every musician, whether it be the older one or the younger one. I'm always like, I listen to music straight through, I share music. So, like, you know what I mean? As I say, music is just like that. Anything can happen and it just inspire you. Every load, all of these songs, Pain, like in a Pain, I have a line where I say, what them know about young girl with old man for done our university program? When you mash up the people, them stall downtown, tell me how them go on them. So it's like, when they're there at university, like literally experience so much girls and go through things like that. So it's like, we know about pain, like it is a cause of something. So you know what I mean? Inspiration is just like that, and
Well, respect for the inspiration. You go through Malik.
Like, for me, I'm glad you mentioned, like your influences as well. But share with us, as you said, you have to listen to things above your age range, below your. Us observing a lot of things. What are some of your biggest musical influences and how have they shaped you?
Well, firstly, the great Robert Nesta Marley, Bob. And the reason why I love Bob Marley's music is because, as a Rasta youth, a young Rasta youth, it's like, for me, him like the perfect example of being a Rastafarian, but also being a great musician, incorporating both. But it's almost like, it's not a force, like him not force you to be a Rasta, but he make you love the message, and that is what important. And then the thing with Bob again is his whole character is like he's grounded. You can just see that he's grounded. So it's like him separate music from himself. So with Bob, him put music first. So it's music and then Bob Marley. And the same, so I see myself like it's music and then King ISM. King ISM not have no importance. But the music and the words I say, which are the inspiration we get from all these things, that are what important. So we love Bob. And then, out in the world, we'll have all kind of music. Like me, one of my favorite genre of music or era is 90s soul music, R&B. So some Monica and some Brandy. You know what I mean? Them things them love. And, Burna Boy, them, the Wizkid, Rema. All of these artists were current now, and younger generation of reggae artists as well as Damian Marley, them Protege, them Chronix, you know what I mean? Even in my generation, like me and the Union Black Hero, like we work on so much music, and Joe BJ as a female, which I'm a sister in basically, you know what I mean? Everybody we just love music and, inspired by everything, and you know, sometimes we up on the road and you see some youth way forward and say, yo, you know, say, you inspire me to start music. And I say, yo, me? Yeah. When me still I look for my idol, them say, oh, me find time for do that.
It's a process, and I like what I'm seeing is that you're saying, you're sharing it's that passion is what's important to drive or fuel how you create, your music and your branding, which I think is very important.
You know, as I'm listening to the conversation, and then my mind went back to when I first came across Isom's music, through a bridge of mine, we've had him on the show before, and I remember driving somewhere one day, I think it was out of town, and I was listening to the song, but when it got to Isom's part, I was like, no, money pull up, because I was like, yo, which artist this, and trust me. And then from that time, I was like, no, we'll have to get this artist, we'll have to meet him, because lyrically and how you sound and how you put together your craft, it's evident that you really put a lot of work into this, and that's really commendable. And that's what we really want to see,
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so Malik, I know we have some
rapid fire
questions. So we want to hear it, and then we want to close out the show, listeners, viewers, with Isom, and it's going to give us a performance. So if you're listening on the radio,
you can't be in the Bust You segment and not
do something for us, right?
True.
And so if you're listening on the dial, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9, you need to hop on YouTube right now to see Isom and get ready for the performance. But we'll have some rapid fire questions for you. All right, let me start. Favorite Jamaican dish?
Aki.
Dream collaboration with a local or international artist?
Damian Marley Caesar.
Favorite way to spend Sunday in Jamaica?
Sunday? Beach or playing football.
All right, most inspiring book or podcast?
Book or podcast? Yeah. The Wise Mind of His Imperial Majesty.
Go to musical genre apart from reggae and dancehall.
R&B, souls.
Alright, we have some fun scenarios for you, Isom.
Yeah.
Alright. Island survival. You're stranded on a deserted island with only 3 essential items. What are they?
Coconut. A ball. That incentive and Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Where you gonna get that?
But we don't need the island of Wi-Fi.
It's essential.
Alright.
So, wait. I was gonna say the coconut though.
But coconut is already on the island, wouldn't it be?
Well, it depends.
Well, that's true.
Depends.
It's everything, so that's true.
Yeah.
What would we use a coconut for? Because you have to think about the things on there. No, because if it's the only 3 things, maybe it's multi-purpose.
Drink, can't eat the coconut.
Yeah, because remember say you can ox out the coconut and you can drink it. And you know that have a lot of electrolytes. And coconut water my favorite thing for drink. Ball, if I have a ball, it will preserve my sanity.
There you go.
And Wi-Fi now. Basically like I'm not isolated, I'm connected, so yeah.
But no, the Wi-Fi part. It's possible. It's possible.
Alright, time travel. You can travel back to any era in Jamaican musical history. Where do you go and who would you meet?
Where would I go? Who would I meet? Bob. So to the 70s. Yeah, the 70s. I think 70s in Jamaica is a transitional period between liquor after post independence and after independence the country was in a good economic state,
right.
And then the 70s going to the 80s you see the kind of someone need to know the cause and what really caused the shift, you know what I mean, and then how Bob Marley's music and them thing they affected like what was happening locally and in the world as well. Right. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And as you mentioned that, dancehall showdown. You're competing in a dancehall competition against your music idols. Who are they, and what's your winning strategy?
Wow.
Yeah. That one I look at it
music idols.
Yeah.
So, may I compete with them like a clash?
Yeah.
Alright, here me I go clash. Me I clash Cartel.
Alright.
Cause him are the baddest.
Yeah.
But I'm see how me I go beat him now.
He might be listening low.
How me I go beat him? Me go beat it the reason why him dey fight Ninja Man is because Ninja Man was so prolific on stage. So me go watch some Ninja Man interview, some Ninja Man stage performance and clash and bring that method there to him. So crowd engagement.
Important.
When when Cartel clash him observe him
audience?
No, him competitor.
Okay.
And him talk like him pick out anything and talk but me go engage the audience for him. And someone that deal with it.
I think that's a good one. And I think a good one to close this segment with, Damien, is, concert curation. You're creating your own dream concert lineup featuring Jamaican artists. Who's on the bill?
Dream concert. Alright. It's going to be a massive festival, just like how them do it in Europe and stuff. So my artists, it's going to be a balance. So, I have to have Damian Marley. I have to have Buju Banton. I have to have myself.
So that's a good one.
Barris Amon.
Yeah.
I go put Marcia Griffiths as a woman who come from Bob time and graceful woman who do so much years. I have to put Sister Nancy as an original DJ woman. Lady G, one of my favorite DJ. Ninja Man. Then now I go come down to my era. I go put Chronix, I go put Protege, I go put Leela, I go put Queen of Africa, I go put Black Hero, I go put Runkus. That I'm balanced there, so I go put I put Joby as a female when I see really a push out and a try.
Yeah. Right.
And
Right.
That's the lineup for now.
Solid lineup.
I'll go to that show.
The other artists come for the special guest segment. On the far than
I love that. I mixed up marketing and everything right there. Yeah, man. But I want to say thank you so much, Isam, for coming through today and speaking to us and sharing your journey. And I want to, because we're going to go to your performance after this as we get ready to close out the show. But other young artists, young people are listening. This is the Talk Up Your Radio show. Somebody's listening. They want to get into this industry, the music industry. They have listened to your story. What encouragement? I don't want to say parting words, but the words of encouragement to the nation.
Words of encouragement is keep music in your heart. Love music first and be professional. Be professional, be consistent, disciplined, and just love music first. Put yourself after, but you have to care your craft, you have to work on it. When you do all of them things there, me learn, say, when you nurture your talent, you will reap the rewards. So, them say you must sow, and then you reap. So just nurture your talent, be professional, be disciplined, and you will be great. The universe will conspire with you. I think so.
I like that one. That's a solid one, Damien.
Big up my artist, Bridging Rilla. Sorry, you might have a concert too.
All right. Love that. And as you said that quote, Empress would normally say, write it down. So we'll write that one down. We're going to go to a quick break. And when we come back, listeners, viewers, we're going to give the airwaves, the musical side of things to Isam. Stick and stay with us. This is the Talk Up Your Radio show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. Talk Up Youth, Mr. Faye.
Talk Up Youth. We'll soon come back.
Lead writers, that's it is all.
For over 30 years, Chris and Charles has been financing your goals, dreams, creating your great moments. Celebrate the occasion with us. Borrow $1 million, pay less than $25,000 monthly, and get 30% off your processing fees. No guarantor needed. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
The E-Zone is here for you.
With the Sting of Honey Bee.
And Karim Boyatings
From 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Really try.
come on one of our blind dates, send your request to ezoneblinddates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions.
Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know, let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
Need to speak with an officer from the National Land Agency's Land Titles Division? The NLA's QME Flex appointment system allows you to consult with an officer from the Land Titles Division online or over the phone from the comfort of your home or office. Book your appointment today at nla.gov.jm. For more information, call 876-750-5263. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Singers, songwriters, producers, this is your chance to write your name into Jamaica's rich music history and also win $3 million cash in the JCDC Festival Song Competition.
This is the land of my birth.
And it's now so easy to enter because what? We gone digital. It's all online. Just log on to jcdc.gov.jm. Fill in the form online and upload your entry. Closing date has been extended to March 31. Enter now.
Anywhere I go, I am a Jamaican.
Education is the key for betterment in this modern time, Education is the key for betterment. Never you waste your time, don't you waste your time. Bless and love. This is Warrior King. It's all about talk up youth, Cause the youth them are the future. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Keep in tune, don't move the dial. Rastafari. Reggae music rocking the nation. Good vibration. Education is the key for betterment.
What them know about?
You're not doing
anything. One out depression and nearby war till short was no joke. Street curfew by Popo, the whole town just locked down by so-so. And a taxi when the poor box roll out. And a passenger when the Ford door open out. Nobody nah dance like Motown, the loud sound of the MP3, the gonna export.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We just want to say thank you so much to our listeners and our viewers for joining us. And it was a great show, Malik.
A very maldamastic show, a dramatic show today. We went through, student leadership, student governance, and how our student leaders have really used the skill sets that they have to make a good legacy for themselves, but for the future. And I think we got some very good gems from, Nick, Rick, and Perry today. Right. Yeah. And, we just want to wish all our student leaders going into election season all the very best, and those who are leaders to continue to do what you are doing. And then on the creative side, we have King Isem, who's just really just been sharing, passion. Yeah. And I think that was consistent throughout the show today, as well, Damien. Passion that drives him in his art as a musician, and or an artist, and passion that drives leaders overall. I just want anybody to, whatever you're doing, be very passionate about it.
Yes, so we just want to say thank you again, and to our student engineer today, David McNish, and of course
our producers, because producer boss was able to sit in studio today on this side of the room, and so Nicholas Williams and Damien Rose want to big them up today as well, and of course our executive producer Empress Golding every time on the Nationwide 90 Williamson and our Nationwide 90 FM family for just giving us this opportunity and this platform to do what we do.
Right, so that's where we leave it until next week. It is going to be Cham Saturday.
Why, ready?
Yeah, man.
I already see who you are carrying.
All right, cool. So over
we want the fight today.
All right, well, see you next week, everybody. But let's just check out Isem as he closes us out. This one is called Pain First. Yeah, run it, engineer.
Check. Nationwide. King Isem, talk up youths. I feel smoke fi zone out depression and nearby war till throat was no joke. Street curfew by Popo, the whole town just locked down by Zozo. And a taxi when the pro box roll out, and a passenger when the Ford door open out. Nobody nah dance, Motown the loud sound of the MP3 gonna make note, love laughing and make joke. Till up a cent and to turn red zone. Gunshot a beat plus crooked bed sound can't sleep. Siren a ring like cell phone. Them no know street cause them live in a penthouse. Them no know the meaning of life like heptones. Before you start campaign, start fast and praying. Spend 2 weeks na the lane where you know about pain. Hey, when you know about pain, talk up you talks them about pain. Them no really know about What you know about pain? Hey, talk up youths, them know about money, corruption, oppression, cause them soul done soul out. Them know about mansion, up at your garden, them don't know about poor house. Them don't know about the struggle you face as a young artist, them sure done soul out. Them don't know about the goods we take we down a market and fire burn down board house. How them know about hungry and can't get a job because of the address where you come from. Where them know about more gun access and absence of food in a lunch pan. Where you know about young girl with old man for done our university program. When you mash up the people, them style downtown. Tell me how them gone yam, how you know about pain.
Yeah man. As them saying no, rep. I know that's the whole new thing that everybody talking about. We're gonna jump over to heavy right about now. Yes, DJ, third selector.
Yes, out there, live, nationwide, talk up youth. So we say big up to everybody that's tuning in. And big up to the youths always. This is King Isem on the radio. Hey, we have the banner, yeah. Keep this Rasta banner waving a love and honor, yeah. From them time on we no change. Haile Selassie say we must become members of a new race. Hey, talk up youths. Some money say Rastafari cause of the trend now. Where the shift change them, trim them head and a sing boss scam and gun and let fight monks themself and now brought bread. Real and we know them. Hail up the queen, say the king potent. Lead the people through steep mountain to indulge your mind in a free movement. 7 seals, him open, history, him Motep, Haile Selassie, I Marcus them, Gaddafi, Malcolm X, LeonardOwell with the promise, keep up, vocalize the philosophies and teach youths them, say them to speak them mind just how them see it, hey. Just say the blind cannot lead righteous. Who said them a rasa no one just see it for so like them one Babylon history repeat I don't. The legacy of talk up youth I all close. Haile Selassie is the first I'm sure. Him set the framework to change this world I know. So help the little youths and make them third eye open. Read from the books, make sure no page no overlook. I said I've got to carry the heavy load. I've got to carry the heavy load. Pack up you to the base, show me
Yeah.
I've got to carry the heavy load.
Wow. That's where we leave it this Saturday afternoon, listeners and viewers. Nationwide 90 FM, King Isem. Check him out on his social. Just quickly drop the socials for us.
That's KXNG space IZEM on all platforms. KXNG space IZEM, all platforms.
All right. Thank you so much. And that's where we're going to go. We're going to make way now for
Design Studios with Karen Booker. So on behalf of the entire Talk Up Youth Radio Show and the Nationwide News Network family, we want to wish you a safe, restful weekend. Talk Up Youth, Mr. F. Talk Up Youth. See you next week.
Some only say Rastafari cause of the trend. And when the shift change them, dream them head and a sing boss scam and gun and let fight monks themself. And now broke bread but real and we know them. Hail up the queen, say the king potent. To lead the people through steep mountain. To indulge your mind in a free movement. 7 seals, him open, history, him Motep, Haile Selassie, I Marcus them, Gaddafi, Malcolm X, LeonardOwell with the promise, keep back, vocalize the philosophies.
Talk up youth and talk the truth. I ask the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide 90 FM every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush.
Singers, songwriters, producers, this is your chance to write your name into Jamaica's rich music history and also win $3 million cash in the JCDC Festival Song Competition.
This is the land of my birth.
And it's now so easy to enter because what? We gone digital. It's all online. Just log on to jcdc.gov.jm. Fill in the form